What's up guys, it's DJ. So I'm trying out this new series where I give you guys tips on the maps of Infinite Warfare, and the first map we're going to be talking about is going to be Frontier. So in future videos where I give map tips, I basically want to talk about where the high traffic areas are in maps, so that way you know where to get kills and know how to take routes to get those kills. But if I were to give you the high traffic areas in Frontier, it looks something like this. And yeah, that's basically the entire map. The map is so small and chaotic. Wherever you go, you'll always get into gunfights. Wherever you go, you'll always get kills. But there are two spots on the map that I want to talk about that you can take advantage of. And these are the two areas. You probably recognize that a lot of people actually do hang out in those areas, especially people with snipers and assault rifles. They like to hang out at those head glitches. They like to pick each other off as much as they can, and that's throughout the game. It's like almost like a competition. You take one person out, the other person tries to come back for revenge, take you out. And you can use this to the advantage. You'll see later in the video I talk about two head glitches that are amazing at countering these and getting you a lot of kills. But since we're at the subject of snipers and assault rifles based off of those two areas, let's go ahead and talk about the guns and gun categories I would actually recommend for this map. So since it's a small map, any of the SMGs or shotguns will be good on this map. If you even want to go on a knifing rampage, you can also do that. This will probably be the map for it. Another thing is the assault rifles. Let's go ahead and talk about those. The two assault rifles I would recommend if you do plan on playing with them in this map would actually be the Type 2 and the K-Bar. The Type 2 is really interesting because let's say you have to attack the B flag in this game and you have those head glitchers and you have those long lines of sights. Well, you have the advantage of an assault rifle, but let's say you get into close quarters, you can switch it to its akimbo mode and be really effective up close, and that just gives you an advantage. And the reason I also say the K-Bar is because the K-Bar has a very fast fire rate and seems to kill very fast up close. So if you are an AR player, you like the ARs, I would definitely recommend the K-Bar. Now as far as LMGs, I actually wouldn't recommend the LMGs on this map. It doesn't mean you can't use them, but they do tend to be a little slower than the other guns, and in an environment where things tend to happen really fast, you don't want to be slowed down by them. Okay, then we have the snipers. Now, if you're a quickscoper, this is actually a really fun map to quickscope on because there's always enemies to quickscope at. There's always spots where you can pop out and get a quickscope. But if you play more of that classic sniper role where you stick back and try to get sniper kills from afar, this isn't really a good map for that. You know, I did mention those two spots in the beginning, and sure, you can use those two spots if you need sniper kills for a challenge, let's say. But overall, if you're trying to do well in this map, a sniper is not something I would recommend. And last but not least, we have the pistols. Now, pistols have always been something that, or guns that have been really strong at short range combat. They're meant to be those things that you pull out if you run out of ammo and you need to finish a kill. So pistols are actually pretty decent to use on the map. If you were forced to use pistols, let's say you're going for solar camo or black sky, this is actually a map I would suggest to use pistols on just because they are so dominant up close. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about are opening routes. A lot of people can be undecided when it comes to opening routes, and I actually have two on this map that I'm a really big fan of, and I'm going to show you those here in a second. Just keep in mind, as far as tips go in this video for this map, there aren't as many just because the map is very symmetrical and it's a very small map. So the things that I was able to find for you guys weren't in abundance, but in future videos there will definitely be a lot more. So let's go ahead and talk about the opening routes, then we'll talk about some map strategies, and then finally some strong areas of the map to be in. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about my first two opening routes that I take depending on the situation. This first one I'm going to show you avoids the C flag, but it will get you a couple extra kills. So what I'll do is I'll run down here as fast as I can, ignore the B flag, run up here, and when you're at this point you have two options. You can either head glitch and wait for people to come from the A flag and just pick them off as they come around this hallway, or two, you can go ahead and just charge them and get a couple free kills on their flag and catch them off guard. Okay, so the second route actually goes with capping the flag. So if you're a person that likes to cap the flag, go ahead and cap the flag, and then what I'll do is I'll completely run over here, ignore this area, I won't go for the B flag, but if you noticed, as we came from this flag, people are going to be coming over from that C flag to this area. So I'll run straight over here and pick off people that won't be seeing me. Usually they'll be too distracted with this hallway and anybody that might be in there, or they'll be running there to get to the B flag. They won't usually see you coming, and you can pick off a free kill or two. So the next thing I want to talk about is capping this B flag. In Infinite Warfare, this is probably one of the most dangerous B flag spot to cap unless you know where your teammates are, just because of the reason that you're so exposed. I'll see people so many times just standing around in the middle waiting to cap while your back's exposed. Something that you could do to combat this, and this is what I do when I'm capping the flag, you eliminate the danger of having someone shooting you in the back just by coming back here, crouching behind this piece of cover, and it protects your back. And then you can cover the head glitch or anybody that might be coming from the hallway, and you have a much better chance of capping the flag. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is actually probably one of the strongest head glitches on this map, and it's actually up here. And I just want to make sure that you guys use this a lot, because what happens is this is a very populated area. Like I said earlier in the video, people will be sniping or they'll be head glitching with ARs trying to pick off people on the other side, or people might be just on the flag trying to take your flag, and you can pop up at that head glitch, kill anybody that may be over here, and get a couple of free kills. And most of the time you'll win this 9 times out of 10 just because you're at a head glitch and they're not. They don't really have a head glitch counter back, and most of the time they're not standing by this piece of area to where they can head glitch you back. They're usually up here or using this to jump shot, or they're just out in the open on the flag, and they can't cap the flag from over here. So you'll usually win at that head glitch, and I want to make sure you guys are using that head glitch right there as much as possible to counter anybody that may be over in this area. So that's really all I got for Frontier. If there's something else you guys want me to add in these videos later for future episodes, please let me know in the comment section below. Also, please let me know if this is something you'd want me to continue. This is the first time I'm trying a series like this, and I would love to hear your feedback and possibly perfect it. So hopefully you guys did learn something. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and until next time, guys, have a good one.